listening to Ambitious AF, a podcast that will help you level up, find positivity, and put yourself on top right now and every day for the rest of your life. I'm your host, Caroline Lewis, and each week I will bring you a guest or thought that will motivate you to get out of bed every morning with the willingness to succeed. Being ambitious means you are proud of who you are and everything you've accomplished. Only you can make that happen, though. But with the help of this podcast, you will rise to the top. You will find success. You will believe in yourself and manifest happiness. And most importantly, you will become ambitious AF. I know you are eager to begin, so let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a solo episode here on Ambitious AF. So last week, I tried my hardest to get an episode out, but it was a little bit crazy of a week because I was at an amazing beach retreat with Judy Weber, who was actually interviewed here on this podcast only a couple of weeks ago. So go listen to her interview. And then I went on a mini vacation because I was in Florida, so I got to visit my sister. So a lot happened. I was traveling, I was doing all these other things, and I realized I didn't pre-record my podcast, so I had to skip a week, which, that just happens, right? You can't put that much pressure on yourself. So anyways, today I want to kind of dive into some vulnerable topics around, what my life looked like, I guess, before starting all of this ambitious journey, and really relating it back to mindset, because, I get, every time I talk to people, every time I meet people, they're always asking me, like, how are you so positive? How are you so energetic? How are you so optimistic? How are you, absolutely crushing it? How'd you create a 6-figure business? Like, how are you doing all of these things, right? Like, how do you do all of these things? And, I'm always grateful when I hear those compliments, right? Because like most entrepreneurs, it didn't just happen overnight. And it didn't happen because I just magically woke up and was like, nope, I'm going to make 6 figures today, right? It happened through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it also only happened because I had the mindset to make it happen. And that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about today, because, maybe you're at a point where you do need that encouragement, and maybe your mindset is still a little bit unstable and you just need to hear it from someone. And that someone could be me. And that saying is, really understanding that you can work as hard as you want. You can put in the effort as much as you want. You can do this and do that and try to beat the odds. But if your mindset is not on point, none of that's going to matter. Literally none of it. You're literally wasting energy, right? And that's kind of what I'm here to tell you all and talk to you all about today, because this life that I've created for myself, it wasn't always like this. In the beginning of this podcast, I kind of emphasized on my journey a little bit, but I did the typical, you go to high school, you go to college. I graduated college. I worked about a year in my degree and realized I don't want to work my degree anymore. So I actually graduated with an equine science and management degree because I thought I was going to be a vet. Didn't do the vet route because holy school, and I didn't really like school. I did really well in school, but it's because I just forced myself to do well. I never really enjoyed it. I only talked to one college person, a college friend. I guess 1.5 really, but I just did these things because I thought it was normal, right? I thought it was normal to have to get a job in something you don't even like. My first job out of college was a maturity wake-up call to the 10th degree. I never really got to have fun after college. Enjoy your 20s wasn't really a thing for me. And my first job was, like most people, right? Their first job was insane. Mine was insane, but I'm not here to bitch and complain about that because it is what it is and it's in the past, right? So I do a job. I hated it. It was horrible. It destroyed my body and my health. I got into tons of digestive issues. So I was just always upset. And I started to just hate everything about my body and how I felt. And then I thought getting a new job would help all of this. So here I go, I jump a new job after about 2 years in this really crappy one. And I get a job with a big corporation thinking like, I'm smart, I'm positive, I can put on a fake smile, I'll move up in the corporate world. And got into that role. And, once my boss told me, like, good luck ever moving up to marketing, coming from a sales position, you might be like 50 or 60 in this realm. You might as well stick to your job. I was like, heck no. Absolutely not. This is not the lifestyle for me. I am not going to be working this crappy little sales job for the rest of my life just because of my age, right? So I did not like that culture at all. It was a good company, but just not a good culture. So then, you go through college, you get first crappy job, your mindset's affected. Second kind of crappy job. It wasn't a horrible job, but mindset's affected because I was told I'm not good enough. And then I go to start applying for other jobs. I get an acceptance in a job out of Philadelphia. I almost take the position, but then that was the time that my mom got sick. And, when your mom, who's like your best friend, gets diagnosed with cancer, that is a huge mental shock and a huge life shock. So I kind of dropped everything and I moved back home and I got my own place and started working for my dad, which, I'm so blessed and grateful that I even had that opportunity because, thank God he is an entrepreneur. He has businesses and the business that I managed was in alignment with what I wanted to do at the time. So it literally fell into place. It was God's way of telling me I needed to come home and help my mom. But when you are helping your mother who's suffering so much, it destroys your mentality, right? I mean, my mentality wasn't even strong to begin with because I still had health issues. I was under so much stress. I just hated everything, right? Like I felt like I could never accomplish anything. I wasn't making good money. Yes, I bought a house, but it wasn't satisfying. I was in a really crappy relationship, like all of these things, but I put on a fake smile because I knew I had to be strong. I couldn't focus on myself at this time, right? This time in life, my focus was my mom, right? And making sure that her life was as comfortable as physically possible for a woman going through what she went through, right? So fast forward only a couple years because cancer took her life very, very quickly. And, it's just a complete mental shift. Like if I thought my mentality was bad before that, it was so bad that, I didn't want to live. And this is like the vulnerability coming out to you all. And again, I don't want a little pity party over here. I'm just getting to the end goal of this podcast episode. So I didn't want to live because my life was when my mom was here, right? That was my life. So I almost felt like I died as well. And I put on such a great fake face to the point where some people were like, oh, Caroline, you're handling your mom's death so well. How do you do it, right? And I just look at them and I want to be like, I was born to be an actress because I can fake it and make it. And, I'd come home just crying and destroying myself even more because I didn't even want to be around, right? And when you have that type of mentality, like you hit that rock bottom, no matter how many times you get out of bed and you keep saying like, okay, Caroline, today's the day. Let's at least go for a run. Let's at least go for a walk. Let's at least go to the gym. Let's at least go to work, feeling good. Gosh, it really beats you up. And no matter how hard you try, just bad things keep happening, right? Because that's the type of energy you're attracting into your life. And at the time, I didn't know it. I just literally thought this was going to be the rest of my life. Like I was hoping I would die young and I didn't want to be in any relationships. I didn't want anyone, right? I just forced myself to see people because I felt like I had to. But thank goodness at the time I had my dog. So she was the one thing that just always brought a smile to my face and made me feel a little bit better, right? But even her, like she kept getting sick. I was still super broke, and even more so because now my dog's getting sick all the time. I had my identity hacked. I had to go through that entire crisis, which was insane. And it was just, one bad thing after a bad thing. And like I said, I didn't understand why at the time. I just knew that, suck it up and move on in life, Caroline, right? That's kind of what we're told and taught to do. Like, suck it up. This is the normal. No one really lives a happy life. Like, you've hit it. Like, you had a happy life, like in college and stuff, when your mom was still around, your family was still all like healthy and good and together. Like, you had your happy life, but you don't really get it anymore. So at this point, you just do what everyone else is doing, which is just going day by day and living a day by day life, collecting, 401k, and, at 65, maybe you can take a nice vacation. And I honestly thought, I deep down, I thought this was going to be the rest of my life. I had no ambition anymore. I didn't want to do any of the things that I thought I wanted to do in the past, until, of course, and this goes back to the beginning episode. So for all of my new listeners, maybe you didn't know this, but I literally did have my mom come to me in a dream, and it's almost like smacked me in the face. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you're not my child if you're just going to give up like this. And, she came to me in that dream, and she was like, this is not your life purpose. You are made to do bigger things. You're made to impact more people. You have to get out of this grief. Like, you have to fight this. I know I'm not here anymore, but like, I'm always around you. So get off your ass, literally. She's saying all these things, and go do something with your life. Like, you cannot stay in this routine. I literally woke up. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I felt like this huge weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And I just felt better, right? Like, all day I'm like feeling better. I go into work, I open up my Facebook page, and all of a sudden I'm scrolling, and one of my friends from from college, she was talking about this opportunity to become an affiliate marketer, and kind of what that looked like, and how she was able to leave the corporate grind, live a life of freedom, all these things. So I took it as a sign, because it literally happened the morning that my mom came to me in my dream. And so I reached out to her because I knew her still. And I was like, hey, is this just a bunch of BS, or like, what is going on? And she was like, no, this is life changing. Like, you've got to sign up. Like, let's get the ball rolling. So I did. And I had good tech-ish background. And so lo and behold, right, I signed up for this opportunity, and the company that I was presented to, it was called the Affiliate Institute. I'm obviously no shame in representing them. So the Affiliate Institute, they are all about mindset, controlling your business wealth, your business outcome, your life outcome, right? So that group of people, the only reason I met them was because my mom came to me in a dream, and because the universe blessed me with connecting with my friend from college, to the people that put mindset first. Otherwise, I would have never started doing this stuff. They were the ones. I shared my story, shared my journey, and they were like, no, I don't want you to do anything. You have to read this book, which was actually two of them, I guess. So it was A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it was The Magic, right? And they were like, you need to do this gratitude practice. You need to shift your mindset, because I'm not even going to give you the course, because you're not going to get anything out of it, because your mindset is just, it's hit that point of low. We've got to better this. You can make this happen. It is all your effort, yes, but with the support of a community, right? We're going to get through this. So it was amazing. So fast forward, I finally realized, as my mindset got better every single day, as I started creating positive habits, positive routines, as I started thinking positively, and knowing that I actually had a purpose in life, and almost, and then going through all this and accepting my mom's death and realizing that she was right. Like, I'm too young to give up on this. Where is my entrepreneurial spirit like I had before? What am I doing, right? So I go through this transformation, and then what do you know, friends? That's when everything starts happening, right? That's when I came up with my business, Caroline Lewis Consulting. That's when I started generating income because I got clients. That's when I wasn't broke. So I wasn't worrying about my mortgage or anything like that. And then that's when, from there, the creativity started coming, the confidence started coming. My business just kept doubling. And that's how quickly I was able to leave my corporate job in less than a year. So it was about probably 6 months. I was able to leave my corporate job, or I shouldn't say corporate because I was working with my dad, but I didn't leave exactly at that like 6 months. It took me a year, mainly to make sure that his company was, good. So that's when I was able to leave because I was already generating more income for myself than I was working with him. And, then his company was even able to pay me. And I'm realizing like, that's insane. But I'm not here to brag, like no one is really, but I'm here to say that if I never met those companies, if I didn't even believe in myself, and obviously have that moment from my mom giving me a bit of a wake-up call, but you still have to trust in yourself to do these things and reach out and join communities and get the help needed, right? I also saw a therapist at the time too. That was when all of these mental shifts happened, and I would not be at the success where I am today, where my next goal is 20K months and then 30K months, right? So these goals, because I've surpassed 10K months, they would not have happened if my mindset was not as healthy as it is. Now, I have bad days, very rarely, but I still doubt myself. I switch it around really quickly, but I still doubt myself. And, it's absolutely insane. And I know you hear this all the time, like mindset controls everything. Positivity controls your outcomes. It's an 80-20%, right? 80% mindset, 20% strategies. But if you don't actually believe that, then no wonder your life is in this repetitive cycle, right? You've got to take what I'm saying and what you're hearing from the rest of the world, and you've got to believe that your mindset literally controls everything, controls your entire reality, because it controls your energy, and your energy is what keeps you alive, and it also is what keeps things in your life around you alive, right? So it brings all of this back into you. So if you do not pay attention to your mindset health, if you keep doubting yourself, if you don't have the confidence, if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have goals, if you don't have dreams, if you don't have aspirations, if you just keep living this cyclical life of whatever, I guess it's normal, I'm not going to make more money. Who am I to start a business? I'm stuck in this job forever. If you keep that up, no matter how hard you try, no matter how many podcast episodes, you're literally wasting your time, because nothing's going to change. And this is the cold, hard truth, friends. The cold, hard truth. I am preaching. My hands are literally talking to you. You've got to take your mindset seriously. You've got to believe in positivity, and you've got to believe that you, yourself, and only you will create the life you desire. You just have to listen to the signs. You have to listen to your universe. You have to listen to your God or whoever you believe in, because there is a higher power that's guiding you through these things. They are giving you signs, but your mindset is what will open your eyes to everything and attract these signs, attract the energy, attract everything you want in life. It doesn't happen overnight though, right? It's not like I'll listen to Caroline's podcast and then tomorrow I'm going to wake up as a 6-figure business owner. No, it doesn't work like that. It's continuous, because you have to prove to yourself that you deserve all of these things, right? You have to prove to yourself, and you have to prove to your universe that energetically I'm ready to accept everything that you hold to me. You have to prove to God this too, right? So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But it is something that if you keep it up, and if you believe in yourself to keep it up, it will happen sooner than later. You just got to keep going, okay? And if your goal is to create a 6-figure business by yourself from scratch, starting at zero, having no idea how to do any of this and actually get clients, right? Make that your goal. Don't make it a dream. Make it a goal. So go listen to, I think it was last solo episode about dreams. Go make it your goal and go make it happen, and make sure that your mindset is what makes it happen. 80-20 rule, right? You can do all the systems, but if your mindset isn't saying, yes, you can, you're not going to be able to. So create that plan and literally go after whatever you want in life. Like, just go after it. I don't care what it is. Most people, they want to build a 6-figure business, and then they want to build a 7-figure business, and then they want to build an 8-figure business, right? And they want to keep going up because they're proving to themselves that they can, right? So I'm now in the steps of a multi-6-figure business into 7-figure business, right? My goal is 7-figure business by the end of this year, which is insane. I know it's totally insane, but I have the mentality, I have the mindset to make it happen because I know I can do it. I believe in myself. I have the confidence. I have the knowledge. I've got the 80-20 down. Things are totally going to jump in my way. Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, absolutely. It is a nutcase over here. I'm working as much as I've ever worked in my life, but it's totally worth it because when I want to take off, I can take off instantly. It's not easy. It's still not easy. It'll never be easy. If things were easy in life, then why would we even have them, right? There would be no competition. There would be no goal setting. No one would have dreams because it'd just be handed to them. I know it's never going to be easy, but I know that as long as I believe in myself, as long as I trust in my instincts, in my gut, in my actions, then I will achieve it and I will get what I want. So I'm here today talking to you lovely folks and encouraging you to really, really zone in on mindset health. You've got to get your mind on par. You have to believe that you can do anything. You got to stay positive. You got to stay confident. You've got to trust in yourself more, right? Do less for others, do more for you. Take the time off needed. Focus on your energy. Your energy is precious. Do all of these things that make you great. Do them every single day, all the time. Read the books, listen to the podcast, but actually take action, right? Take action on everything I'm telling you. And I promise you, you will get whatever that is you desire, right? And if it's not a 6-figure business, that's totally fine. You're going to get whatever else it is that you desire. You're going to get love. You're going to get money. You're going to get children. You're going to get family. Whatever that is, you'll get it. You just got to believe that you can get it, that you are worthy enough of it. Because we beat ourselves up so much, right? We just give up so easily because it's 10 times harder to put in the effort than it is to give up, right? So most people give up. And that's why there's only a small percent of 7-figure, 8-figure business owners in the world, because most people give up. But us, all of you all listening to this podcast, all of my friends, all of my followers, all of my audience, all of my clients, we don't give up, right? We don't give up. We keep going. Okay, that was a crazy episode. I got all hyped, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm happy to introduce, just because I gotta, because I'm super, super proud of it, I finally opened the doors to my first ever membership and community called the Marketing Funnels Vault. So if you are an entrepreneur, this is mainly made for new entrepreneurs, DIY entrepreneurs, VAs, and really any business owner on a budget, because it is a DIY type of training. But then you get access to me, weekly calls, and then of course you get an amazing group, right? Amazing membership and community. And obviously, beginning of this episode, community is key. So the Marketing Funnels Vault is open for only $7 a month. Like I said, it's a membership and community. That is the founding member's price. The price will essentially increase a lot more than that, but I want to just be able to get as many people in there at that $7 a month, because it is affordable and it's just so impactful to have and to be able to help all of you all. So I hope you join. If, like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, DIY entrepreneur, any of those, I hope you join, but I will link the link in the description. And of course, if you have questions, you can always reach out to me. So moral of the story, go focus on your mindset health. Go believe in yourself more. Go after whatever it is you want. Don't let anything hold you back, and just go do it. Take action. All right, friends, thank you so much for listening. And I appreciate you all. I'm so grateful for you all. Have an amazing day, right? Go slay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you got some value or just feel fired up, I would love for you to take a screenshot and tag me in your Instagram stories. It's always so motivating to see you getting the inspiration you needed to level up for my podcast. I'm going to keep showing up and bringing my best self to these episodes, and I encourage you to do the same. If you think a friend or family member would enjoy this episode, I would love for you to share the ambition. I can't wait to chat next week, but until then, keep being ambitious AF.